Hola, grand rising to the beautiful family, to the eyes in which this inspired message might find you. I share this at the risk of sounding like a broken record. I feel like a lot of these topics that are sacred at the heart are just repeated ad nauseum by so many people who don't fully grasp the absolute depth and gravitas that these very, very simple and profound truths hold, which is that of the infamous buzzword of frequency, and what that really means, and why it's more important now than ever to start taking these metaphysical ideas and aspects with a little more seriousness, and equally meeting them with like a purity and an innocence and a curiosity, because I myself, I've heard these ideas of like your frequency creates your reality, and your internal world is a reflection of your external world, and all these things, like they're just spat out ad nauseum by everybody these days, at least in my own personal little universe here. But it's so undeniably important that we all come to some entry level recognition that our thoughts and our feelings and our belief systems do absolutely forge and shape your life every single day. In every second, in every nanosecond, you're constantly forging the reality before your eyes. And everything, for myself anyway, it comes down to how am I spending my time, and what are the things that I am doing with this life that I have. How am I actually spending time, and am I actually conscious of what I'm doing when I'm spending time? It's like everything can be deduced to just time. We're all here, we all have the same amount of time. So what are we doing with it? And what are the quality of thoughts and feelings that I'm holding myself in and through every moment of the day? I feel like as time goes on, it's just going to continuously present itself as self-evident through all the noise of the world, all the chaos, all the this, all the that. It comes down to, how am I going to meet this moment? How am I going to respond to this person? How am I going to select the words in which I choose to express through myself as Austin, as this being in this unique blueprint that I hold, that only I can hold? And I think that's what points to the aspect of how am I spending my time. There's not going to be another me in this form, in this way, in this particular reality. Even if there's a billion parallel universes of this exact copy of this exact world, and I am another version of myself in this exact way in some parallel universe, it's not going to ever be the exact same as it is in this moment, which highlights to me the absolute sacredness of this moment, in this life, in this time. How am I gonna work with this? How am I gonna work with who I am? How am I gonna spend my time in this way? And am I going to allow myself to get unconsciously wrangled through this collective drying machine and just tossed at the mercy of everything around me? Or am I going to wake up out of my deep slumber, being bombarded with all the flashy lights and distractions and sports and movies and this and that and whatnot? How am I going to do this? How am I going to hold myself in this moment? How am I going to choose to show up in this conversation, in this hangout, in this moment? What is the thing that wants to come through me? Because it's the only thing that can come through me. What wants to come through me is not the same as what wants to come through you. But what I'm learning is the thing that wants to come through me, being that it is the only thing that can come through me in its own unique way, based on my own unique blueprint and and beliefs and everything, when I radiate that and I embody that to the best of my ability without hesitation, it does something to the space around me. It does something to you. It does something to anybody who I come into contact with. It does things to people across the world whom I will never meet. So again, it's pointing to the absolute sacredness of time. My time, your time, our time. Things are just going to get crazier and crazier. And the only thing that matters is, how am I going to respond to this? Could be any situation, any event, anything at all. This is my life. It is also your life. Therefore, it is our life as one human family, one beautiful conglomerate, hurling through space at unthinkable speeds, surrounded by billions of miracles in every single frame that your beautiful ocular perceivers can witness. How am I spending my time? How can I lean into the absolute deepest level of presence that this now moment, the only moment, holds? Can I lean into the gravitas of how special that is? Much love.